Hello everyone, and welcome to another very beautiful chess game of Paul Morphy. And in this game, Paul Morphy has the white pieces, and his opponent is Alonzo Morphy once again. And this game has been played in New Orleans in 1849. Paul Morphy starts the game with playing e4, e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4, Italian opening, bishop to c5. Paul Morphy played b4, Evans Gambit, bishop takes on b4, c3, bishop to c5, d4, e takes on d4, c takes on d4, attacking the bishop, bishop to b6, and Paul Morphy castled. Knight to a5, attacking the bishop, bishop to d3, knight to e7, knight to c3, and also Paul Morphy's father castled. Paul Morphy played bishop to a3, pinning the knight, d6, unpinning, e5, bishop to f5, e takes on d6, c takes on d6, knight to e4, d5, attacking the knight. And Paul Morphy played a very aggressive looking move, and he sacrificed his knight, temporary, g takes on f6, and then bishop takes knight. So forking the queen and the rook, black has to capture the bishop, and Paul Morphy's father captures the bishop, but then bishop takes bishop on f5, knight to c4, rook to e1 attacking the queen, queen to d6. Again, Paul Morphy played a very aggressive move, and he played knight to e5, sacrificing the knight, f takes on e5, and then queen to g4, that's check, how to defend. King to h8, and then queen to h5, threatening checkmate, king to g7, queen to g4, and we have king to h8, but believe it or not, king to f6 was the better move. So if bishop to d3, e4, bishop takes knight, d takes on c4, rook takes on e4, bishop to c7, rook to e5, rook to g8, rook to f5, check, king to e7, queen to h4, king to f8, queen takes on h7, queen to g6, exchanging the queens, and black is better. Believe it or not, but it must be more difficult to decide at that moment of the game. Paul Morphy's father must felt bad about king to f6, so he preferred more safe looking move, king to h8. So we have king to h8 by Alonzo Morphy, and Paul Morphy again played queen to h5, threatening checkmate, h6, rook takes on e5, sacrificing the exchange, knight takes on e5, d takes on e5, attacking the queen, queen to c6, of course if queen takes pawn, then queen takes on h6, king to g8, queen to h7, that's checkmate. Queen to c6, e6, we have king to g7, and again, if f takes on e5, we have checkmate again. King to g7, a very desperate looking move. g4, queen to c3, and black is threatening to win the rook. And Paul Morphy played an incredible move. He is sacrificing his rook. He played g5. Queen takes rook, that's check, king to g2. And again, Alonzo Morphy played a very desperate move, and he played queen to f6. If, let's say, queen takes on a2, then queen takes on h6, king to g8, queen to h7, that's checkmate. That's why Alonzo Morphy is sacrificing his queen in order to survive. Paul Morphy captures the queen. King takes on f6, e takes on f7, rook takes on f7, queen to g6, check, king to e7, queen to e6, king to f8, queen takes on h6, check, rook to g7, bishop to g6, king to g8, h4, d4, h5, d3. There is only two moves left for black to promote a queen. Paul Morphy played queen to g5, rook to d8, defending, on d3, defending the d-pawn. h6, attacking the rook. d2, only one move left for promoting a queen. But Paul Morphy once again played the most accurate move, and he played queen to f6, threatening checkmate. Rook g to d7. Bishop to f5 and d-pawn promoted to a queen, and black is winning materially. It looks like black has a huge material advantage, but Paul Morphy sees into the future, and he saw checkmate in 5 moves. That's why he played bishop to f5. h7, that's check. Rook takes on h7. Bishop to e6 check, only defense, rook to f7. Bishop takes on f7, king to h7. Paul Morphy played queen to g6 check, king to h8, and then queen to h6. And that's checkmate. A very beautiful checkmate by Paul Morphy. Look at the final position. It looks like a piece of art. And compared to his contemporaries, Paul Morphy was so much more farther ahead. What an amazing player. When this game has been played, he was only 12 years old. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.